Monday podcast.
This is your
Parenting.
parenting from Cat Nat perspective and facts and
perspective.
also other experts.
Any parenting challenges right now going on in your life?
It's a good
Or
question.
like not challenges, any parenting conundrums?
Oh my gosh, that would be a great way to start these every time.
Yeah.
And they could be other people's conundrums too.
Give us your conundrum. What is your parenting conundrum? Pet peeves.
And let me go through. I'm gonna go.
You just did one, by the way.
Oh, what was it?
You said, I can't believe our kids just like come home like little tiny marching soldiers, walk in, get changed as fast as they can, and then leave again to go do an activity.
And then they come home at like almost bedtime, like they come home, shower, and go to bed. But I think about like from my perspective, I'm like I love being able to, so some nights not have anything and just stay inside the house. And I watched a movie last night.
Yeah. Was anyone home?
There was a time when there was nobody home. I was like, oh my God, I wish there was something naughty I could do, but
that's wild. Nobody home.
Know, poor children out of the house. And it sounds like it's going to be leaning more towards that because when one is available, they're now being taken to work out. So I was looking at her daughter who had just come home from a full day of school, and she's like, you're like, go up and get ready because we got to go.
It's on, but I leave it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I'm like, oh my gosh, like that feels exhausting, but their little bodies are made for it. And I guess not every kid is made to go, 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 go. But I would say if I have kids, actually any of them in the house too long, some of them get too hyper and some of them and then the girl will get too lazy.
Reality is we have bad weather. We live in a bad weather climate and they're in our house and they're not outside if it's after October.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's nowhere for them to really go but hang out and do things that you don't really want them to do. However, I do believe when I was a teenager, I was never home. So I don't ever remember being in the house as much as my children are in the house. Like going home after school was almost the worst possible situation you could ever do in your life.
That would be so boring.
You would never just go home. The kids who just go home now, I'm like, what?
I know.
You just go home. Like, and I mean, even go home to go do sports. Before there was a whole world after school, a whole world, like a world that your parents did not know about.
It's very different. I mean, I don't know if where you guys are parenting, if this is your case, because everything's different. And I do have some friends who their kids, they've said, your life is so different than mine because my kids don't do extracurricular activities. If they do any club or sport, they do it in the school. So as far as driving like after school or on the weekends, that's just not our reality. And I'm like, I have no idea what that would be like.
And here's what's crazy. Her husband's not even Canadian and drives to hockey more than any human that I know.
Mm-hmm.
More than any human.
Well, he has 3 sons.
Yeah.
If he had 1 son, it'd be a lot less.
Well, I know, but girls play too now.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not even.
My girl.
No, I'm just saying. Even the people that I know who have girls and boys. Mm-hmm. Actually, there's one other family who goes to hockey as much as you. Mm-hmm. I just thought of that, but I don't know many who go.
The only people I know who are as many things and so much driving is other people who have 4 kids. That all the 4 kids are also active. So when I think about like they're living our life. It's because the girls play hockey, they dance, they play volleyball, the boys
just
play
doesn't
hockey.
End.
No, but I mean,
you don't have to do it. It's great.
I mean, I seem to be in the car a lot.
Yes,
so
you do.
I
but
do.
You got to stay home last night by yourself.
Yeah, it was really nice. I would love that a lot of the time. It's such a luxury being in your own home alone.
Yeah.
It's quiet.
I don't get it often.
No.
I
don't. A dog. There was no dog, even better.
Oh, Nat's over the dog.
She's just always beside me.
And she smells, and you hate that. Parenting conundrum. Share yours. Drop it, email it, text it to us, because I do know that there's a lot of different conundrums that come and go. What's my parenting conundrum right now? When a child starts a new school and you're unsure of, and you have no insight into what's going on.
And you have no contacts there.
And I never contacted anyone at the old school. But when you have, actually, parent-teacher interviews, I hate them. They're my parenting conundrum. I actually hate them.
Oh. And
she's like, the one teacher's like, do you want to see academic stuff? And I'm like, do I have to? Because I have no interest in seeing their academics. I really am. That's maybe a bad mom of me, but I have no interest in seeing.
Is there a problem?
Yeah, no problem.
We don't need to discuss it.
I don't need to go through her like writing and reading like or his. I can't tell you if it's up to grade level or not up to grade level. So don't waste your time. Like if you want to call this quits and carry on, let's go.
I find Zoom parent-teacher interviews
so much better.
I'm just doing a podcast. Is there an emergency? Are you okay?
There is a parenting conundrum
I don't know what you want me to say
in
right now. I mean,
real life happening.
talk to your teacher. I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye. That's
fast. Ironic. That's ironic.
That's as fast as we can go. This morning,
everything's
doing amazing. An hour later, I need a tutor.
Not only I need a tutor,
I mean, she sounded like she was.
I thought there was a massive problem.
I thought she period in her pants.
Or blew out of her pants. So, okay.
Never forget, your
urgency is not my emergency. Your urgency is not my emergency. So I'm finding it hard to make sure that comprehension. The problem is when you get into older schools and you don't know your kid as a student at a new school. Sometimes if you let it go too long, they're too far gone and you can't reverse and fill back in the gaps because when they go to a big school, it's exams. And if they don't, you can't go back and learn 5 months of learning in one small amount. And that's how a lot of schools work is they want to know if you know the work through an exam. And if you do the work, an exam should be quite easy. If you do none of the work, you'll fail the exam. Really, that's what exams are. If you logically think about it. So I am just
based on the marks that you've shown me.
Yeah. And I don't even care about the marks. But it's an indication of where we're at.
Yeah.
It's do you know how you learn and can you figure out going forward? Because I do believe he has an upper hand because of last year because I think they learned this already. But next year it's square one.
Well, let's just
get there.
Maybe you'll be surprised.
So I was doing some research last night. There's this really cool thing that I can't believe I haven't heard about before. Maybe some of you know about it. It's made for kids with dyslexia, but I can see it helping so many kids. So it's a pen. It's called the C pen. It's the size of a pen and it's Bluetooth. So you could potentially wear like an earbud. You take the pen and you highlight, just like a highlighter, the sentence, the word, the paragraph, and it will either dictionary, read it to you, like basically explain to you what it's asking you. I was like, this is the biggest game changer for kids who have struggles with comprehension and reading.
Like they'll tell it to you in plain English.
Give you the definition, like, and then give you a word. So if, let's say you can't read the word. Let's say just the words, like kind of like backwards, upside down. Maybe you're dyslexic. Maybe
for sure dyslexic. That makes sense.
Maybe you see like phonetically you think it's this word, but it changes the whole problem in math because it's a different word. You know what I mean? Like I have one kid who will see a word and he guesses that word based on the way it looks. Could be 4 different words, which changes the outcome very differently. So they can highlight it and then it will tell you what it is, which is like amazing because then you don't have to raise your hand and be like, what's that word? And then they're like, what do you mean? What's that word? It says dictionary, it says reading. I was like, it's expensive. It's like $400. I thought, what a game changer for kids who need it. What a game changer. Anyways, as I was thinking about like the conundrums of what's coming up, I was kind of waiting for school to slow down. It's not going to. Like it's coming so fast. And then it's November. We're in November. Exams are December. They're done for a semester.
Yeah. I know, but it's also a really good sign for your kid who's in a new school.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. For now. Everything's for now. You might as well just say for now.
Yeah.
For now, it's great. I just don't like that. I have to wait for things to come in. Like, okay, that's good. That's good. Okay. So it's just interesting to get the cadence of a new school.
And you know what I do with my daughter if like some things sound like, because language and words, you're like, oh, why do they make it sound so complicated? I have no idea. I always just say like, put it into AI and say, tell it to me different. Like simplify this for me.
But they don't have AI during an exam.
Oh, you think they'd be able to use the pen during well, dyslexic people should always be able to.
Well, my son should absolutely be able to use it. He should be able to, because that's half the problem in math. Is when we get to word problems where they want to.
Is he in math right now?
He has math right now.
It's because it's not semestered.
Yeah, math.
How's it going?
Well, we haven't got to. We're doing. It's the word problems that fuck you up.
Mm-hmm.
They're a whole unit. Word problems are terrible.
I always skip that part.
You just didn't do it.
Did you ever understand a word problem?
It's always backwards.
No.
When I see Chloe's, I'm like this. I can't even read this.
Just tell me what the numbers are.
This is so dumb.
Put it into a calculator.
Yeah, and then you want to go backwards. You want to reverse the math problem. Why? No one's going to be at the cashier.
Trying to be tricky.
It's going to be like this. The cashier's not going to be like, hey, I've got $50, but you gave me $29, but I'm going to take $5 to lend and take interest on it. Now you tell me how. No, you're going to punch it into the cashier and they're going to give you your change. It's annoying AF. Something you all should know. Slang. Why is it important, Natalie? It's your quiz. Why should we know what our kids are saying or writing?
Writing and saying, because it's like decoding what they're actually doing.
I know.
Or actually saying, or things that they might be receiving from other people.
I had a new one recently that I didn't know. And he's like, you ate that. I'm like, what'd you eat? What did I eat? He's like, no, you ate it. I'm like, but what did I eat? And he's like, you ate. He's like, forget it. Ate it just came up for my life like recently. And he's like, and I'm like, do I eat it? Like, I just ate it. And he's like, no. Gave up on me. He's like, I'm going to eat that. Eat what?
I know.
Do you know what ate that means?
They were, no, but when they said, when they're talking about someone else playing a sport and they're like, that was gross.
Yeah, gross. That's a new one too.
That's really rude. No, that's a good thing. Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Fine.
That's gross.
Fine.
That just came out of nowhere.
You ate that? Like, you got that?
Crushed it.
Yeah. Like, you got it.
Okay. We're going to go through.
What did you do? Did you eat dinner?
I don't
what did
know.
You crush?
No, they made fun of me. That's what I said. I'm like, I wasn't eating anything. And they're like, no.
Like, but what did you do?
I don't remember.
You must have done something great.
Yeah, I was like in the car, like he was sort of making fun of me.
Yeah,
and then they're all like,
you crushed the drive.
And they'll say things to me and I feel like I'll be like, what? And then they'll make fun of me in their language, which is their slang. And I'm like, the reason we need to know the slang is because then we can, well, number one, see text messages. And then number two, you can connect with them if you know what they're saying. Because if we're just pretend we're like, whatever, then you're old. The minute you don't know what they're saying, you're just old.
Yeah, which is okay to be old.
I mean, no, but you should know what your kids are saying.
When I'm sitting at, like when I'm in the group of them and I want to understand what they're saying, it's really funny to ask like a group of people, a group of teenagers, like, what does that mean? They'll laugh at you because you don't know. And then they'll try to tell you, and then you'll try and use it in a sentence. They're like, not like that, like this.
This is this is how micro it is, the slang, like the teen slang. We were having a bunch of people in our backyard. I told you this. And I yelled to everyone. I asked the group, and only one other group of parents had teenagers. I'm like, do you know what Giat is? They're like, no, no, except for the one other parent who I'm like, sorry. Giat is that it was universal. I thought, not a clue. And I was like, wow. Wow.
Well, and for the younger, I guess for like the little people with little kids, they don't need to know because Giat would be gone by the time they get there.
It's gone already.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. It comes and goes, but it's good to know. So we're going to go through some slang. And if you want the dictionary that we have created for you, you can, we'll leave a link, leave your email, and you'll get the slang right into your inbox. Kath, I know you're going to ask for the link. I'll get it for you. A/S/L.
Oh, I feel like I knew it and I can't remember.
Age, sex, location.
Okay.
Okay. Basic.
Like if someone's basic?
Yeah, you're basic.
Like, it's just so basic. Basic. She's so basic.
You could win a prize.
It's actually kind of funny because it's like I know that in the language that I can actually use that.
Yeah.
So how do I give a different definition of basic? Like
I'm an alien. What is it?
Basic, like blah, like not great, boring.
Good, boring, good. Okay. Boring person. Body count.
How many people you've slept with?
Good job. Chad.
Chad.
He's Chad.
Just like a white guy?
Very sexual young man.
How did Chad get that name?
Demure.
Very demure. Like, you're so demure. I mean, it is actually the definition of the word.
Okay.
Like demure, how an adult would use the word demure.
Which is?
Like low key, like demure, like I'm modest.
Yes, good. It's very good. Daddy.
Daddy,
Daddy.
like a hot guy.
Attractive older guy.
Yeah. Ew.
What about Sigma?
Oh, she's so Sigma. That's Sigma. Sigma. Like loser?
Independent, less dominant. Skeet.
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 I forget.
To ejaculate.
Oh, yeah, I did not know that one, by the way. I did not know that one. I did not know that one.
Ejaculation. Skeet.
I barf.
Okay. Yeah, me too. Barf. Okay.
Like, why are you talking about that, kids?
Exactly. And I'm going to say, do you know what ejaculation is?
You're going to be like, skeet.
Yeah, skeet, right? Like, but I don't think they know because they probably know the other words. Skibbity.
Oh, that's so skibbity. That's so skibbity. You're so skibbity. That's so skibbity. Cool, exciting.
Cool, dumb, bad, everything. Just skibbity. You know what? Skibbity is just everything.
Skibbity.
You're skibbity, that's skibbity food, skibbity. Smash.
To like get someone.
Yeah, to actually have sex.
Mm.
Sus.
That's so sus. Like, it's not actually, like, it's short for, like, suspicious, right?
Yeah, that's good. What about thick?
So, like, someone's body?
Attractive, curvy body.
Yeah.
Thirsty.
Oh, like horny?
Desperate.
Oh, right. She's so thirsty.
Desperate. Thought. She's just a thought.
He's
a thought.
T-H-O-T.
Yeah, T-H-O-T. Thought.
I forget.
They get around town. Other word would be a derogatory
What would it be
word.
short for?
Slut.
Thought.
Slut.
Where did they get it from?
Who would they get skeet?
I know, but sus comes from something.
Yeah, only that one.
There's other ones that actually derive from a word.
What does GNOC stand for?
GNOC. I forget.
Get naked on camera.
That's a girl.
99. If they text you 99.
There's a parent in the room.
Yeah, good girl. 420.
Time to smoke weed.
Ooh, an 8. Just 8.
Come on over.
Sex.
Just
straight up sex. And then there's like the basic ones. If you're new and if you are just, I don't know if they're going to keep these ones going, but like they have a brat summer. I don't think that's going to be around next year. Like brat summer was aesthetic, cool. Like I'm going to have a brat summer. You know, they were all saying that. Bussin'.
Yeah.
Can't believe that one's still around. I don't believe it's still around.
You know what's a tricky one?
What?
For us to understand is preppy.
Gas too. Oh, and also there's emo. They're so emo.
Like preppy is not the preppy that we had. Like
no.
Preppy was like you're wearing polo, Ralph Lauren. You're super like like everything's matching, buttoned up, like so preppy. But preppy to them is like if you're just like talking about and like consuming like cool things and talking about them.
Yep. Also Riz is still around. You know what Riz is?
I think I'm gonna Riz her up.
Charisma.
That's what
it's used as a compliment. I'm gonna Riz mid. Average. It's mid. They use mid a lot.
Mid.
That would be
emo started was like the emo people, but now it's like if you're ever wearing all black.
Yep. If you ever want to be alone, if you
you
see someone sitting alone, like just having dinner, what's wrong with them? Are they emo?
Yeah,
like it's now
or if they're like literally like too into their feelings, emo.
And then there's NC. I can never get it. MPC.
Oh yeah.
They're like video game people who are just nothing. They just don't mean anything. I have to get that one. NPC, NCP. I forget that one. And then cap versus no cap. They use cap, no cap. I would say middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Cap is lying versus not lying. Cap is lying. No cap is I'm not lying. When
No
they're
cap.
like no cap. There's another one that Natalie absolutely hates. Do you want me to say it to you?
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Oh,
actually,
Still, I'm like, I'll be like, oh, we're having tacos for dinner. Actually, yes, tacos for dinner. Actually,
are we actually? Everything's actually.
why do you keep saying actually?
I know.
I said it. Why would I lie about it?
Actually,
Very annoying.
you hate that one.
It's just like how many times can you say actually? Like I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I get that actually. I like my kids have said it less, but we
Yeah.
heard it. We heard it we were at a school event, and all you heard was the kids saying like this.
Actually?
Actually, like sorry, actually, and
Yeah.
you're like shut up.
Yeah, it is like saying seriously.
And thank God, we did not have social media when we had little babies. Thank God it wasn't what it was.
I know.
We feel how people feel about kids having phones now. Here we go. Break, then this. This is like the internet search of what like the hottest things that people talk about on the internet. Like, so searching websites, inch stones versus milestones.
Oh, mercy.
Do you know what an inch stone is?
Well, I mean, an inch stone, like things that happen in a really little bit of time.
Instead of focusing on traditional developmental milestones, parents are now celebrating inch stones, smaller achievements that celebrate each child's unique growth path. You know, I lied. I used to lie when two funny facts. Number one, I never knew milestones actually meant something for development as they got older. I just thought the doctors asked those questions.
I realize now a lot of those milestones that they said were so important.
Well, no one told me to look for them.
No, but your doctor checked for them when you went to the doctor.
They didn't look. They didn't ask them to crawl down the street or
well,
roll
they asked
over.
if he crawled.
Yeah, I was like, I guess. I mean, recently someone's like, "Did he crawl?" And I was like, "This." I don't remember because I remember we thought he was so lazy because his head was so big.
Your doctor would have asked you if he crawled.
I lied, but I just didn't think about it. I'm like, yeah, he crawls. Whatever crawling is. Like sometimes when they aren't, depending on how they do it, it can show later in development of languages and stuff. I never knew it was a reason they asked you those questions. I never knew. The doctor just walked in and was like, I'm like, yeah. I just said yes to everything. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, I don't know. Sit up? Yeah, for sure. See if they're sitting. I never thought of problems. I never thought to look for things they weren't doing.
It's also your doctor's job.
What? You knew that milestones were actually for a reason?
Well, but that's why my doctor was asking them, because if they don't reach them, then they are like, okay, we have a problem. They don't ask it for no reason.
Oh, I thought it was just something to talk about.
Because like parents aren't supposed to know that stuff, so doctors have to check. Like they check their hips, their legs, they see how they move.
But aren't you supposed to be like, look for it? They should be doing this if they're not.
Yeah, like if they're not like speaking by a certain amount of time, if they're not walking.
Some of mine didn't.
Yours were never. You know the people who are like that.
So I know, but
you never had that. So
yes, I did.
Not real. I don't remember any of your kids being behind in things.
I mean, verbally, absolutely, but I never really thought about it. All of our kids translated for one kid, all of them, for years.
I mean, yes, he spoke, but it wasn't clear. That's correct.
For years, years. Just thought his tongue was big.
Well, if you knew him well enough, you knew what he was saying.
Just you and me.
Well, I was like,
I don't even think you did sometimes. The kids would all just say they knew exact. That's sort of hilarious. If you think about this.
But that's like every kid with a speech problem, right? Their family and friends know what they're saying, but people around them don't.
Just weird that I just never clued in for grade 2. Just hilarious in a way that it was, because I never thought to myself, like, I feel like there's so much more focus on the things now, and you would know so much faster if there was a situation, because it's probably people know from the internet what should be happening. Like watch a video and they're like, oh my God, my kid does that. Is that normal? Right? You can see a video of someone who, like, even Olivia knows about tippy toes. If they tippy toe walk,
what?
It can be a sign of autism if they never put their feet flat. She saw that on TikTok.
My brother walks on tippy toes.
And that is one of the signs they look for. Tippy toe walking if they never put their feet down.
I know a lot of people who walk like that.
But it is something they're like, do they always walk on their tippy toes? But my 15-year-old daughter knew that. Not like I never knew that until
Because TikTok, she learns everything.
That's what I'm saying. So if you're a parent,
just-
you're watching
For me,
everything.
my milestone, the one I hated the most was, and I always
Tummy
say
time.
this, is tummy time, because they were like, it's so important. It's so important. And I could not get one of my kids to do, not one of my 4 did tummy time. They were like, they won't develop properly if they don't have tummy time. They hated it. I hated it. I see now my siblings, they do tummy time. Their kids hold their heads up. I feel like they do or they don't.
Yeah, again,
Mine didn't.
it's supposed to be important.
They can all walk.
I know. Well, one's hunchback. Not really. Phones. Mine too. My one kid's like, this one's got a problem. They need to fix this, and I don't know why.
What?
Chronically. Do you think it's phones? Their posture?
A lot of people think it's phones. I would say if I have 4 children and one of mine has different posture, I would say it can happen. I feel like it's more like
Mine just came out of the past 2 years.
I would say like they don't our kids don't sit on their phones.
Yeah, that's true.
Much.
It's true.
They're too busy, like we said. So I think it's just if that's their body. I mean, there's always people that have posture a certain way.
I can't remember anyone at a young age with bad posture.
You just don't remember.
There was?
Yeah, like we always remember Max's posture because it's so straight, right? So that's like something different. But otherwise, they're just normal. It's either they have something or they don't, but all the in between, no one really knows.
I was trying to explain to my kids the other day that we were cavemen originally, right? Is that a fact or is that just a belief? I never know anymore. I never know.
I'm not sure.
I never know online what's fact and what's not.
Did cavemen come from monkeys?
Dude, I have no idea. Maybe.
Evolution?
Let's just say way back when, even if we weren't cavemen, whatever, like when there was no cars. People were alive when there were no cars, right?
That's right.
Yeah, like they had wagons and shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So even then you'd have to walk a bunch, right?
Mhm.
And I was saying to my kids, it's very unnatural how much sitting you guys do, especially in school, and then you come home. For the ones who don't really do sports. And even the ones who do sports, even if you're only doing 45 minutes or an hour that day, that is way less movement than they used to do back in the day. I'm like, our bodies are meant to pick up and lift and move. I'm like, we don't even go to the grocery store anymore to like carry groceries in the house anymore. We just get that shit delivered and into the thing. So I said, your bodies, you have to move them because the people back in the day never had anxiety probably because they were always moving. And their anxiety made sense because they were actually afraid of being eaten by something because that was a real thing.
I know, and they were just exhausted because they were doing chores all day long. When they hit their hay bed, they just fell asleep.
And they died so early
they didn't even have cozy sheets.
They probably didn't have any time to think about this shit. So I said to them, it's very unnatural for you guys to have so much time to think about things when back in the day you would just be moving, doing. Now you can just sit around and think about.
Muddle over all your thoughts.
So the kids who are like bouncing off the walls, no wonder because historically you're supposed to move around.
Well, your husband told me a study.
What?
That
he didn't tell me.
Well, it was something like some report from some fucking university, of course, right? That like the kids that are more successful, I think in university or whatever, and become more successful humans and define successful. Okay. Like, what do you mean? A job?
Like, let's just say move out of the basement.
Yes.
They once to move out of the basement.
Failure to launch. They did.
Wait, so they did launch?
The ones who did launch did like so many house chores.
Makes sense, though. Kind of. Because they're not lazy. They're not afraid to move out because they're like, I can't do that shit. I'd rather just stay fucking here. So I told my kids.
House chores. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know, guys. I feel like for our kids, like.
My husband raked all the leaves this weekend.
That's crazy.
Not one fucker helped him.
Fucker
helped him.
Where I lived, the parents didn't rake the leaves.
I know.
Where I lived, every single leaf had to be picked up off the backyard, and it wasn't done, and it was up to my fucking waist.
So now you know what I'm saying about posture, because I feel like they don't stand up anymore. They just sit down. They sit and go to school. They sit and come home.
Okay, we don't even need to get into why the fact that I picked up leaves and nobody has to pick up leaves in my house.
I know.
And then my husband will pick up the leaves.
My husband did it all weekend.
But if you ask the kids to help, they would do it.
I did. They all said no.
The lady down the street told me that she would like them to come pick up her leaves and that she would pay them. And I was like, absolutely. But it's kind of crazy that they're doing it for you and they're not doing it at our house. I'm going to tell Mark, don't pick up leaves. Only problem is, what if there's dog shit? I will barf if the kids touch dog shit.
Wear gloves.
Perfect.
Why, do pick up the leaves. Now that it's raining, they're going to be so heavy.
You always have to do it before it rains.
Yes, you do. No, I was just thinking because I'm like, these kids who have so much
Built up.
I'm like, anxiety, all of these feelings, anxiety, depression, all the things are physical energy feelings in your body. They live there. You can't not do anything with them. You can't sit in school all day and come home and sit in your room all day and think that emotionally and physically you're going to feel okay. Because historically we couldn't do that. So you're dealing with like,
we were pushing boulders to build things.
Yeah. And we actually should be, if we had fight or flight for a very specific reason, because you actually could be eaten by something very terrible, real terrible. You had to run fast from things. Now there's nothing. So your body wants to feel the feeling. So go do something with your bodies for your.
I mean, so many people that struggle with mental health are like, the one thing I've found is exercise.
Because it releases everything, the energy in your body that you need to barf out.
And I've met multiple adults who are like, I would not be an okay person if I didn't like do cardio every day.
I know. And last point, I said to my children, there's some people who get like you get them. When you sweat and get red, your shit, you get like endorphins, like you get like a different feeling. I don't get that.
Yeah, it's so sad.
Well, it helps you stay calm. It's what a lot of people need in their lives to like actually.
It doesn't last long though. It's a high.
But I think it expels the energy that was in your body that could be negative or positive. You took that and you made it a positive rather than.
I wish I could get that without exercising, but that would be drugs.
Yeah, they say that same.
I know.
You could go do that all the time. Anyways, this is a parenting podcast, and and I said I have 3. When your face gets really red and sweaty, you have that. I don't have that. So you know the people who have it. And I have 3 kids who have it. I said, you're very lucky.
I knew when one of yours started playing soccer and I hadn't seen them after, I knew what her face looked like after.
Yeah. All 3 of the 2 girls, bright red, like tomatoes and sweaty.
Me too.
And Max, after he like pushed himself to the treadmill skate and he got like that's the first time he's had like because it's not really a runner. No one in my family is really runners. He had like
I haven't had that in so long. I haven't pushed myself to that. I can't even remember.
So I said, you raise your heart rate. Like, let's go. Raise your heart rate to all the kids. I'm like, if you're not raising your heart rate at least like once or twice a week at a very young age, you got problems. You're going to have problems.
And don't let the raising the heart rate be from anxiety. Let it be from exercise.
I was just like this, picking up leaves, your heart rate would raise.
It is. It's a lot of work.
Shoveling the snow. Your heart rate would raise.
I watched this teenager.
Unloading the dishwasher. Heart rate would raise. I'm sick of their rooms. I'm gonna just open up. I'm gonna like just pummel. They're nice. Their rooms are too nice. I really fucked up.
Just out of nowhere, I'm sick of their rooms.
I'm sick of it because they all go to nice rooms.
I know.
Terrible. Yeah. Why do you have such a nice room?
Giving them garbage rooms.
Yeah. Garbage rooms. Your room. I'm going to my room. Have fucking fun.
You're so right.
Go to your room.
It must be nice to go to your nice room.
If someone was like, go to your room, they'd be like, amazing. Bye. Go to your room. Well, what kind of punishment is that? None.
It's so true.
Your room.
Great, thanks.
You have everything in your room with your stupid devices.
And we know you have snacks in there too.
You know what it's going to be? Go unload the dishwasher. Go rake the leaves. I'm not going to do anything about it anyways. That's my conundrum. Yeah. Oh, last thing. If you encourage them to work out, it's kind of like body shaming.
Oh, yeah. Will you call me fat?
Yeah. I'm like, no, there's a difference between being hyper and working out everything. That's everything. You're fat shaming me. I'm telling you to move your body for your brain.
They love talking about that too, being like, oh, you call me fatty?
That's actually a whole nother podcast for Monday.
I'm like, you can't have another hamburger. What, you think I'm a fatty? Well,
no, there's just not enough for everybody if you eat another one.
Well, also, don't just eat hamburgers.
Eat some salad.
And no, you're literally skin and bones. Get out of my house. Fatty.
They're fat shaming me. No, all they said was,
fat, and they're not fat at all.
No,
such a losers.
So
called me a fatty.
You know why? Because we banned it from being a conversation.
It's so naughty.
It's so naughty.
It's a bad word to call someone fat.
Yeah, except my dog.
Mm-hmm. She's fat.
Sorry, Chi-Chi. And they use it all the time. And if you say anything like, we're gonna have tacos for dinner. Why am I fat? No, I'm just making tacos for dinner.
You're gonna have seconds. Why you think I'm a fatty?
And now I've limited the cookies at nighttime because I don't have enough for snacks during the day. You cannot have 15 packs of cookies for snack. I'm sorry, no. I bought them from Costco for school for one pack. You can't go and sit and eat the snack packs for nighttime snack. No, get an apple.
I totally agree. I do think it's adorable how many cookies they put inside those bags. Our kids are like,
oh, I get it, but don't eat 15 packs before you go to bed. What? You don't need 15 packs of cookies.
If you're really hungry, eat a big apple
and
see how you feel.
Exactly.
Apples fill you up.
Oh, I'm so annoyed with them with that too. And like goldfish, I'm like, we have a bag. They prefer the small bags. I find goldfish everywhere. I'm like, just eat food. We had a lot of conundrums, didn't we?
We didn't think we did. And I want to say one more thing.
Yeah, go.
I think that my grade 8
girl
boy.
Yes.
Okay, girl. It's not to be specific. I don't think he knows how to make himself a meal.
Oh,
I know.
The most capable one.
Not because he can't. Of course he can. I don't think I've ever made him make a meal. The older two, yes, they can make a meal.
He is the older two.
No, the other one.
Oh, shit, that one. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, no, he for sure does not know how to make a meal.
We need to, you know what we're going to do? We're going to teach our kids how to make meat.
Meat?
Like a chicken breast. Here's a chicken breast. Do something with it.
Okay. Max is actually very good in the kitchen right now. He makes his own pancakes. He can cook, like, we went from 0 to 100 very quickly. Like, he made the whole family. I went to bed, and he made, because I'm so sick of his pancake problem. It's a problem. I have a problem in my house. It is.
I had a friend whose brother was addicted to bacon.
Pancakes. He makes double recipe. I'm not exaggerating, not one flight last night, 2 flights of pancakes, which is 2 full servings for a family.
And then they all eat it and they put maple syrup on it?
No, he ate the whole thing last night. The girls had 1 each. He had, and I'm not that shaming him because that's what my kids would all say. No, I'm saying
It's a random, you with like waffles and
he
pancakes.
Loves them.
That's
he makes them. Remember, he wanted a waffle maker for his
Yeah.
Christmas present. So he went to the store and bought. Remember, I had to go to pancakes because he was having pancake craving. So I went and I'm like, I'm not making them for you, but I'll go and do that.
Tastes like anything.
He puts like a pound of berries on them and probably, I'm not exaggerating, 20 pancakes. 20. And then he just.
Does he use syrup or butter?
Syrup. And he just goes to town and he eats.
It must be so filling.
He just
that it feels good.
Eating pancakes. And then if we order McDonald's pancakes, 3 orders, 9 pancakes. And he stacks them, cuts them.
Does your husband like pancakes?
I mean, he eats anything. He wouldn't be like,
Do you like pancakes?
I like one, but I'm not going to order them. I like chocolate chip pancakes, but I'm not going to order chocolate chip pancakes.
You guys are a waffle, crepe, and pancake house. And muffins.
They love breakfast.
Yeah.
I'll make it for them. Yeah, I'm a baker, of course.
I know you really are.
I'm such a baker.
I know you are. You're on a little bit of a hiatus, by the way.
I know.
I like when I come over, there's applesauce muffins sitting around.
I'm actually going to get back to that.
I like that. It's getting cold outside.
There's no time. I just drive. I drive every night. I drive. I fucking drive. I drive. It's another fucking conundrum. That was it. Happy Monday.